Hello, and welcome into another episode of Unrolled Stories, your weekly D&D campaign set in the world of Elvoria. We are back with these wonderful humans to roll some dice, attempt some questionable accents, and hopefully tell a decent story. Work is ongoing in the background with Runic Press, so no new announcements today. So we'll just cover the basics of, in this game, we do make use of the what the fuck.
Sorry, your beard has grown.
What's up?
Look, the cell just going through a phase. We all reach our gnome phase.
She's having a rough summer.
And that is the look of a GM who has given up.
How are you doing? That's how you see me?
Sorry, he forgot to tell you, he's got a gnome fetish.
Absolute confirmed Sarah is Chris's beard.
Little piece on the side.
Anyway, we do make use of the Reimagined Classes, which are available on the DM's Guild, blah blah blah, link in the description. NPC art is provided by Aderyn Angelini's Art Venturing Guild. Character art by Atliv Doodles, and Chibi battle map art was done by WeTheDreamingDesigns. Definitely do go check them out if you can and support real artists. With those announcements and a gnome out the way, it's time to continue telling our story. Last time out, having discussed at length the dreams and information therein from Amhrain that you'd experienced overnight, you spent the morning and a lot of the afternoon of the third day of Tianlong researching various things from lords and ladies of the Empire, maps of the Brecklian fields, and children's dragon stories with actual children at a library. You then watch the grand closing parade of Tianlong wind its way through the streets of Ximori, ending at the cathedral, and partook in the closing mass of the festival. Wherein, as the mass populace of the city went back to their homes, singing songs of harmony and togetherness into the night, you got changed into your hot as fuck attire and your beautiful masks, some crafted out of skillet pans, others out of sexual gimp masks, and one out of a piece of bark. You then had Tarquin come round and you headed off to the ball at Shengzi Montague's manor in the centre of the city, the Lord of Ximori and the entire Dragon Crest coast hosting a masquerade ball at the close of the festival. Which is where we pick up back in the dancing, gentle chatter of the dance hall and bars. We have Ximori doing a quick tour of the ground floor, keeping an eye out for all of the various exits. We have Tauri and Togrim, who have gone to go find the bar and grab a drink for themselves and potentially everyone else. We have Aderyn, Balrick, and the centre of attention, or one of two centres of attention in Aderyn, and Daerc heading out to the dance floor to hopefully shed some of their notoriety. And lastly, where we will pick up is Tarquin, Ophidian Shoe, arm in arm with Lesley Pratt, I do believe is Leslie's surname, walking arm in arm up to two probably slightly over middle-aged, not quite OAP, Dragonborns. Male and a female Dragonborn, although Dragonborn in general it's quite hard to tell. One a kind of verdant blue scaled Dragonborn, the other an orange topaz-like tone. It's like, Mother, Father, I would love for you to meet Lesley Pratt, a visitor from the Loringian coastline, who I have invited here alongside their companions to enjoy the finer side of Shir Dothras culture. These two individuals turn to you and goes, pleasant to meet you. I'm Inida Ophidian, as the woman extends her hand, this topaz woman, and then the blue scale Dragonborn extends their hand and just goes, I'm Robert Shoe.
Robert what?
Shoe. The other part of Ophidian Shoe, surname.
Oh. Cool. Sorry. Lesley obviously doesn't say that because he already knew that.
Yeah.
He's gonna bow like really deep, like almost not insultingly deep, but like really deep, and say I am Lesley Pratt. I'm Lesley Pratt. Thank you very much for your hospitality. It's been amazing to meet your son. We've been so fortunate for all that he has offered us. We've greatly enjoyed our time in this beautiful city during this very bountiful festival.
Yes, well, he did tell us he was using the property for someone. I hope you found it accommodating and in good regard.
It was more than we could have ever hoped for, so thank you so much for the hospitality. We really, really appreciate it.
You can see Inida is just like, Well, do hope you enjoy the evening. Is there anything you have experienced so far of the city that you'll take back with you?
Lesley really doesn't want to reveal that they were in the sewers. And then in their property, I think that the beautiful, your beautiful churches, the amazing atmosphere, and also we had a fantastic time at the spa. Saw a lot at the spa.
I'm certain you did. It is quite a pleasant experience. Tend to prefer it when it's quieter. Well,
indeed. I assume after tonight it will get quieter in the city again.
Hopefully. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go speak with some other people.
No worries.
And the two of them walk off and talk and say, well, that went probably about as well as I expected it to be honest. What would you like to do next, Lesley? He's still arm in arm with you at this point.
Oh, nice. Oh, there's music. We've had some drinks. Would you like a turn on the floor?
Absolutely, sounds excellent fun. Come on then. And he starts leading you out to the dance floor, where we find Aderyn and Balrick.
And Daerc.
And Daerc, correct, yes.
And Daerc.
I'm going to have to put a post-it note somewhere. Just and Daerc.
Can I have a thing?
Aderyn has started just like, you know, like when like the weird people go to the dance floor and they just kind of get lost in the music and they're just kind of like, ooh. That's Aderyn right now. She's just gonna like start like dancing, but like she's quite graceful because she's like danced a lot in her life. She was brought up by bards. Like she's good at dancing, and she's gonna turn to Balrick like really suddenly and be like, "What?"
Balrick has been like stock still the entire time in the middle of a dance floor. Very awkward. What?
Did you just say something?
No, I'm trying to avoid saying anything to anyone.
Oh, yes, right. Nothing. You need help knowing how to dance?
Not need help knowing how. I just don't feel like doing it.
That's understandable, but I don't think many people are watching.
I'm quite a large man. I'm not particularly graceful.
Well, you're in a mask. Nobody knows who you are, and we're leaving tomorrow.
Balrick looks around the room. Does he see anyone as tall as he is?
Not quite. There's a couple of people who are pushing the high 6s.
Is there not a stilt walker in here still?
Balrick looks around and goes, "Yeah, I'm completely undetectable. Go on, fine. Show me some moves."
Okay, the good thing is that Daerc will be drawing more attention, probably, no offense. So you can just use Daerc in a good way, and she's gonna look at Daerc and be like, "Help me out, buddy," just do what I do, okay? And Aderyn is gonna start sidestepping around Daerc and kind of moving her arms as if she's like making the dance about Daerc. Because then who's gonna judge? They love Daerc. They'll think that Daerc has told us to dance this way to honor Daerc, so no one's gonna judge. She's saying that, Balrick.
Why?
I don't know, buddy. That's what she's telling me to do. Say back in Draconic. Aderyn does not understand.
Aderyn roll.
30-20.
Fuck's sake. There is.
It becomes a trend.
Yeah.
TikTok videos are done about it.
TikTok. The Clockwork Guild. Yeah.
It's the Clockwork Guild newsletter.
Anyway, you start doing this very weird dance that immediately has people side-eyeing you and just this is not the kind of thing we were expecting tonight. And, well, you know what they say, what happens when we invite other people. But then, the whispers start dying as you are essentially, you're fully committed to this. And, your level of commitment makes people buy in. Because they're like, wait, maybe this is, something that we... Because here's the thing about Dothras compared to the rest of the Empire. It is the cultural melting pot of external influences. Andamon, the capital, Empire's cultural mixing pot. Dothras is where the Empire meets everyone else. And so people here are aware of other cultures. And therefore when you start doing this, oh, it's a dance from elsewhere. It looks entertaining. It seems to be involving Daerc, and no one wants to be the person not doing it very quickly. And soon there are concentric circles moving around Daerc, pulling very weird arm gestures as a hive mind of dance starts taking place around Daerc, just as Togrim and Lesley enter the room. And like, well, this is something I've never seen before. Come on then. And it just sweeps you straight in without a second chance.
Lesley's gonna say, whoever that is dancing, they are very beguiling. Wow. This person of mystery.
Can you see who it is, or is the crowd in the way? You're just doing this.
Can we see the top of Balrick's head?
You can see the top of Balrick's head, yeah. As this begins to take over the dance floor. Balrick, because you're not fully committed to this, you can roll me a perception check. Meanwhile, over by the bar on the other side of the house, Togrim and Tauri, what are you up to?
I've been having a look at what alcohol they've got.
every kind. There is
Do they have-
the definition of a fully stocked bar, and then what these people can afford.
Do they have anything from back home?
Yes.
I will take a large glass, the biggest I can get. I'm only going to be sipping it.
Of what? Sorry.
So, as much as I would like to say whiskey, I kind of feel like it is a blend of whiskey and port.
Okay.
Don't ask me how it works. I will work that out as we go along.
50-50.
It's not a mixture. It's kind of, they take. It's almost like a fortified wine, but mixed with like and like an aged like a whiskey is. So you've kind of got like, you kind of like take aspects of making a port, but aspects of making a whiskey, and you're like merging like parts of the process to end up with what this is. What I will do is I am going to research this so we can all work out how it works.
Bryn's gonna
Not
become
now,
a
but I'm
distiller.
going to do this.
Cool. Yes, they have that on display. Open bar. No
Cool.
cost.
Then
Should we
I'm
be
just gonna
grabbing drinks for everyone? Do you think?
I don't think we're exactly waiters, and I suspect people will give us stranger looks if we were to do so.
Fair enough.
Plus, do you really want to go out on the dance floor?
Absolutely not. No. No. Togrim will grab some whiskey.
Sure. Fairly common down here with heavy grain fields nearby. Whiskey is a very common access. Top quality. Couple of decades aged whiskey. This is a display. As you gather
Probably
the
better
drinks.
than Togrim's ever had.
Yes, probably. You are very aware that you are out of your station, shall we say, at the minute.
Yeah.
But the mask is helping. There are numerous other halflings and gnomes around the party. You are not the only short person here, unlike Balrick. What direction do you two head after grabbing your drinks, or do you mingle and try to engage in conversation?
I kind of just listen at the moment to try and find out who is here.
Sure. Roll me a perception check. Meanwhile, Ximori, you've been doing a complete tour of the lower floor. What are you up to?
So have I sort of got an idea of like where the doors are, basically?
Yes. So you have the big front doors, which lead out onto the main street. There are then multiple other doors that lead out to a back garden, which you haven't explored the full garden, so you don't know necessarily how to escape, how the escape routes are out of that. You imagine it is fenced off in some capacity, but there are numerous doors that open up out to those ways.
Okay. And with the like sort of canapes / drinks, that sort of thing, is there like a sort of more substantial food, I guess, or like a buffet, or?
There doesn't appear to be. There is a spread on a table. It's not just being passed around by butlers. There is a spread of the same food, but it is still very much bite-sized. This is very much designed to be a wine and cheese.
Okay, so there is no cutlery available.
No.
That's what I'm going for.
No cutlery.
Okay. I think once I've sort of had a look around and sort of settled myself a bit, I'll go to the bar.
Cool. As you're just walking along, you hear people like walk past you, heading towards the wing of the house that you'd seen Aderyn and Balrick head to. It's like, I hear they've got one hell of a beat going on in there. Let's go find out. Cannot see what
No,
that
it didn't work.
and Daerc. But no, yeah, you just hear the people say, one hell of a beat. Anyway, come on, we should go find out what's going on, as they kind of rush past you. And you head over to the bar to grab a drink, where the bartender's just like this human man, very well kept. Yeah, what can I get you?
Are you doing cocktails at all?
Sure. interesting way to start the night, but sure.
It's something I used to drink a while back, I guess.
Who am I to judge?
So it's sort of like orange and... It was like orange and whiskey of some sort of thing. Sorry, I don't remember what it was called, but something along those lines.
I think I know what you're talking about. Don't worry. Just, like, heads to the bar, mixes you up a... Is it old-fashioned?
Yeah.
Mixes you up an old-fashioned, starts stirring the ice cubes. How do you? Enjoy your night.
Thank you. You've been doing this long?
Bartending?
Yeah.
Pretty much. For a while, yeah. Why?
What? Why bartending, I guess?
Better than nothing. And when
Yeah,
you're
that's
hired
fair.
by folks like this, tips well.
Yeah. I do not take the hint. Or rather, I do take the hint, but I am basically broke. So,
You're not used to these kind of places, are you?
no, not at all.
Yeah. Kind of held it in your posture. Look, just fake it. There's a reason people are wearing masks. All of them are fake anyway.
Okay, I'll sort of like look around and like sort of latch on to like one person's posture who has like a similar sort of build to me-ish. And just like pull myself upright, unhunch.
Yeah, this person's like very broad-shouldered, very clearly like ex-military, and like holds himself as that kind of presence in the room. Balrick, what did you roll on that perception check?
23.
23. As you're dancing around, with that expert perception, you notice that someone...
And the heightened anxiety perception.
You notice dancing around you is a kind of balding gentleman, possibly with some kind of dwarven heritage, or slightly shorter but squatter, and a kind of a thicker beard that they keep short and well groomed, with a brooch affixed to a pin of a swan clutching a pearl.
Dancing.
Yep.
This isn't a very vigorous dance, is it? We can talk while dancing.
Oh yeah. It's not like it's not a rave.
Yo, dude, what's that brooch about?
Daerc is like admitting strobe lights.
I might get close and like in a sort of sense to try and like back away, not be the center of attention, just be like, nice to meet you. My name's Balrick.
And I'm here to say...
I'm the rapidest Goliath in the USA.
We've got a weird energy
No,
today.
Goliaths are red and Goliaths are cool.
Yeah, hold on, let me just go drink.
We have a weird energy. We're acting completely normal, Gethin.
True.
This is who you've chosen to be friends.
Best people. She's like, Carried Badenoch. Pleasure to meet you. As you like, yeah, that you kind of like, the moment that he starts engaging in conversation, like, almost like instinctively they try to move away. Like, if there was a conversation to be had, it's not to be had in the center of the dance floor, at least to this. If it's a slower, like, pair dance, it'd be a different matter, but this is much more group, so we kind of like shift you to the edge of a room.
Balrick's very relieved. He keeps looking over just to make sure that Daerc's like still okay, but I think with Aderyn there, he trusts that Aderyn's going to be all right, and Daerc's going to be all right. But yeah, as it moves to the end, and there's a wave of relief as it's out of the dance. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I noticed your brooch.
Ah, yes. Well, family heirlooms. Feels worthwhile time to display it.
Absolutely.
Are you part of any of the families?
No, I'm with the dragon.
Ah, well, that would make all the sense. Pleasure to have you here, I suppose.
I'm glad to be here. Glad for the honor.
I'm sorry, did you want to discuss anything?
Yeah. Difficult to do with. Not my scene, I'll be honest.
Right, I understand.
This is definitely Kristen role-playing Balrick being really awkward and low charisma. In real life, I'm way smoother than this.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you confirm?
Smooth enough to bag yourself a baddie, so.
Get it. Oh.
Look, you're talking about the gnome.
How do you bring up? I saw your family crest in a dream.
While you figure that out,
Yeah.
what's everyone else doing?
Aderyn, how are you doing when you dance?
What's Daerc doing? Fine.
How's Aderyn and Daerc? You got Daerc hand in hand.
Oh yeah, like eventually, like Aderyn's gonna like notice that Balrick's kind of gone, so she's a bit.
How long does it take her to notice that giant man's
It
gone?
takes her like
D20.
5 minutes.
Solid 5 minutes.
Full song.
It's not until the band changes song, switching to a deliberate, like, pair dance, now the floor is busy to give people a chance to talk, that you notice, like, you go to grab someone to partner with, and you're like, immediately, the person I trust who's here, you go to, like, grab Balrick, and he's just not there.
Can you believe this, Daerc? Like,
At which point, a human man with a very, like, straight mask with kind of filigree details on it, a perfectly groomed goatee, kind of olive skin, wearing kind of like a turban or a headscarf, just swoops in, grabs you by the hand as your like hand is out looking for him, just grabs you by the hand and just starts dancing with you.
that was smooth. I'll accept it.
Well, I must say that you are certainly attention-seeking. Come,
Not so much attention seeking, it's just attention receiving.
well, who can blame them? I mean, fabulous dress, fabulous hair, and, well, a fabulous evening.
Well, don't trust everything you see. It is, after all, a masked ball.
I get it, Andrew. He is paying attention to Aderyn currently.
I'm colorblind. Sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah. We are all masked here. But who are you?
Well, that would spoil the surprise, wouldn't it? If I just told you everything you wanted to know straight away. So come, let's play the game a little bit longer. No? Why does someone such as yourself want to grab the spotlight?
Prize, are you planning a reveal?
There's a lot of things in the fire, but I don't think it's time to announce anything just quite yet. But it's
You can raise the red flag now.
Look, these things are a expectation of the nobility. I simply partake because everyone else expects it of me. But I prefer to just enjoy myself rather than make any sweeping declarations. But at the end of the day, when someone walks into this ball and makes quite an entrance such as yourself, it would be rude not to introduce and have a dance.
You're having it. You speak of nobility as if you do not belong.
Belonging is a sense of belief. Depends on your definition, I suppose. Should we always accept who we are, or should we look to take new steps?
She's going to look to the side really quick and just go, shh, not now. Yes, look to who we are. Well, it's hard to really know who anyone is.
Tell me, what did you think of the festivities of today?
I thought them something easy to get lost in.
Mm-hmm.
You can decide whether that is something good or something bad.
Well, it's certainly something to enjoy and to consider as we go about our daily lives. You a practicing member of the church, or is not part of your day-to-day life?
Thought we were playing. So what is your guess?
Based on the this is like a very like close and slower dance. There's not like much motion to this. Based on the enthusiasm and originality of the earlier performance, I would say that you're not from here. Would I be wrong in that guess?
It's not incorrect.
So, where are you from? Across the sea? Beyond the mountains?
From a place where enjoyment comes easier to most.
That sounds like a pleasant place to be. So, you come from Loringa, correct?
From Dunland.
I have
Exactly.
visited in my youth a couple of times. It is a beautiful city. The canals are to be admired. I ask you as a foreigner, what do you think of our empire and its cultures and ways?
I find them suffocating.
Really? How so? If you don't mind me prying a little further.
It seems to me like the Empire is very passionate about what is right or what is wrong, or how people should conduct themselves. And
Is it?
as I have mentioned, where I'm from, enjoyment comes easier, as does freedom.
Freedom is something I believe all men should strive for. In fact, it is something that I am very much interested in. You come from a land of extended pantheons, of deities beyond the one of our people. Do you find that helps or hinders a society in exploring itself?
Because I think it helps. I believe people have several facets within themselves. We cannot worship just one side.
Interesting. I have heard similar proselytizing from clerics and priests from foreign lands. And they speak of choice and greater dedication. I am intrigued, but time will tell whether it will reach into the hearts and minds of the people.
Are you not content with your own here? Is the dragoness not enough?
I find it, as a friend might say, suffocating. And then he just kind of twirls you off and then begins disseminating elsewhere. What's anyone else doing?
I rolled an 18, by the way.
Cool. Yeah, while you're kind of at the bar mingling, kind of over listening to conversation, a couple of things you pick up on. A, Ximori is at the bar and has clearly changed their stance to be more a slightly more significant presence. The other thing you spot with that role is you spot an individual making their way, occasionally talking to people. And as they approach, you definitely see them like they have as part of their attire like a pocket around their like stitched into the seam of their overcoat. And as they're approaching people, they seem to like put their hand in their pocket before extending their hand out to shake their hand. And they seem to do like have relatively short conversations with various people before moving on to the next and again shaking hands. Roll me an insight check. If you point this out to Togrim, who's also with you, Togrim can roll as well.
Probably would, just because.
Just like a solid edge, yeah. By the way, the art for the person that was dancing with Aderyn is in chat. In character up.
An insight, yeah? 21.
I only rolled a 15.
21, 15. 21. Tauri, you're used to business deals. Definitely looks like a transaction of some kind. The overly smooth nature and the quick conversations is not someone engaging in polite conversation, it's someone using conversation to cover up something else.
Does it look like there's a way for me to kind of get involved without it looking like I am?
You
so
could
kind of just not necessarily like going straight up to them, but kind of ending up where they're going, ending up where they're going to be.
Yeah, I'd say so. Just to be clear, are you attempting to essentially be having a conversation with someone that they approach, or be approached by them? I just want to make sure what you're trying to go for.
More than likely.
So you'd be approached by them?
Yeah.
Fair. Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 27.
27. Jeez. Fucking charisma party. Why do I bother?
Hey, it was nearly a 1.
Yeah. So you essentially, with incredible subtlety, move away from bar, and just like by taking hors d'oeuvres here and there and moving through, you clock a brief eye connection with this person, who now you can see them from the front is a half-elf man, very nondescript. It is the face of someone that you would forget in a place like this. Their mask is nothing fancy, but fancy enough to fit in. As you kind of get their attention, and they just walk up to you and just go, Tindid?
Is Tinder the name or a greeting?
Seems to be.
Tauri. And I'll hold out a hand to shake if he does the same.
Cool. You feel something in their palm, but before you're able to grab it, their hand is removed very quickly, as with your passive insight, you realize that perhaps a payment was meant to be conferred along with that handshake.
Would I have known that beforehand?
I think with your insight roll, with your insight roll, probably. I think that's fair. You realize it was a transaction was going on as part of that handshake.
So I probably would have done. If I'd have known it was a transaction, I'd have matched what was happening.
Mm-hmm.
if that's okay. I would have tried to make everything as similar as what was happening before.
What are you putting in your hand?
Would I have been able to have seen what was being passed, or just what he was doing?
All you get is the action of the handshake.
Okay,
You
that's
have
fine,
no
that's
idea what was being passed between those hands.
fine. Can we put a gold coin in my palm?
Sure. You put a gold coin in your palm, and as part of this handshake, you send the handshake, and you feel that coin get taken out, and something, a small, almost hempen packet. No, it wouldn't be hemp. It would be like proper, like almost silk or fine cotton.
Yeah.
Just like be passed to you, nondescript. Just be passed into your hand. And just goes, pleasure to meet you. Enjoy your evening.
You too as well. And then I'll head back to the bar, keeping it hidden / put away in a hidden pocket or something in my jacket.
Yeah, easy enough to say that. You put this small packet in your pocket. Anything else anyone is wanting to? Ximori? You haven't done anything? Lesley? Actually, let's circle back to Balrick, because you were mid-conversation. I'm sorry, was there anything you wanted to discuss, or were you just interested in historical work?
Whereabouts is the family based or from?
Oh,
The family.
we own the land of the town now known as Daerc on the shores of Lake Silver.
To the northish.
Yes, that's correct, on the edge of the fields.
Yeah. I'm not good at this. Why isn't one of the others here?
I'm assuming that's internal monologue.
No, externally goes, why isn't one of the other ones here?
Can any of us see Balrick trying to have this conversation?
You're on the opposite wing of the house. Aderyn's currently
That's
being
fine.
danced with. Maybe Lesley could. I don't know what Lesley's up to.
Lesley's having a rave.
Right.
Lesley's grinding on Tarquin.
Anybody who's nearby.
I think actually maybe Lesley will have like departed Tarquin as the slow song started, because it's not fun to dance with somebody you know.
Okay.
But
you can let me know who you partner up with and how attractive they are.
Well, you can let me know how attractive they are, but
You let me know appearance. Sorry, Rory.
He does actually say that. He's like, why isn't one of the others doing this?
Sorry?
There's reason to believe something like you might be in a little bit of danger. Your family's lands might be in a bit of danger.
I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm just someone trying to help.
Right. Roll me a persuasion check.
Yeah. Yeah, with an 8.
Right. Well, I'm certain my family and town guards will take care of it until I return, following the end of the festival. Thank you for your concern. Have a pleasant evening. And he just tries to walk away from you.
Shite. I think
Lesley.
I'm gonna look. Yeah.
Lesley, Ximori, what are you up to?
Well, Leslie's grinding. Should we find out who with?
Yeah.
my dice.
Fuck. I forgot about them.
I was expecting to be thrown on from outside the screen.
Please don't be a null.
No.
No wedding. No wedding. No wedding.
Okay. No. I'm gonna re-roll it because this is kobold, and I don't think there are kobolds here.
There are not.
Orc
An orc? Okay.
What?
in velvet.
A full-blooded orc.
I assume half orc here, but
Could be a full-blooded orc.
could be.
That's
And
Very rare down here. There are very rare.
they are drinking gin. Kind of a turn off, but okay. And lager. The classic gin lager cocktail.
We've got port, whiskey, and gin lager. Sorry, to be clear, gender.
Yes,
Ambiguous.
Okay. Yes, you pick up this person on the floor and say, it's a masquerade ball. There is no hesitation as to who dances with who, and you just start dancing, enjoying the things. Enjoying your evening?
I'm having a great time, and it just seems to keep getting greater. It's lovely to meet you.
Lovely.
I like your tusks.
Thank you very much. I polished them specially. Up close, you can now see that they're kind of not lime green's not the right color, but like grass green attire, which is like very flowing, kind of like a dress on the lower half. Is detailed with cross stitching to make it look like tessellating diamonds, including with like their own like etching, as if they're like faceted diamonds etched in. It's been a certainly eventful evening so far, but a more pleasant one certainly to be dancing with a fine, smooth dancer such as yourself.
That's very kind of you. I have been told that I am smooth in many situations.
Really?
For example, on the time ball fields.
Right. Oh, please do tell. Do tell.
Well, that's I would love to, but I feel like now is the time for movement. If you'd like, we can maybe get out of here later, and I can tell you more.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Do I have to?
See, this person probably takes that as Lesley trying to seduce them and take them away to sleep with them, and Leslie's just like, no, I just want to talk to you about time.
I'm gonna teach you about time ball.
I turn them just like, they're like, oh, ready
I
to...
love this Ennean side quest. Right.
We're gonna have it. It's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Well, how about we finish this one dance, then head out into the garden?
That sounds quite good to me. Do any of us see Fadel really floundering?
Find out,
Like, really-
no.
Who's Fendal? No.
Do we see Fadel?
see
Is he
Fadel.
here?
No.
Well, that's my question.
Universe.
Hold on. I'll roll a d100.
Yes.
Fendal has been
36,
playing a
no.
hopping recently. He has been playing a hopping recently.
No, it needed a 100. With your perception, Lesley, absolutely not. You're talking to a relatively attractive 6 out of 10.
Okay.
The attire, the clothing and mask is doing a lot of work for them. And I suppose Aderyn, as you finish your dance with the masked figure who didn't give you their name, you do see Balrick just like exasperated as this person walks away from them.
I'm gonna walk towards Balrick.
Oh, Aderyn, I'm glad to have you back.
Where did you go?
Well, I saw this guy wearing, you remember the crest we were on about? The swan with the pearl?
Yeah.
I saw someone wearing it, one of that family, and I wanted to ask them questions, but I couldn't pressure the room, and so I couldn't get the questions. I didn't know what to ask.
How about we get something to drink? Not alcohol, don't worry. I mean, they usually have some juice or things in the punch areas. If this is,
Some water, definitely some water.
Okay, let's go. And by the way, where's Daerc? Because
Daerc was with you. That was what.
I not Daerc was.
No, I'm just gonna say that.
To some
You've
extent,
left Daerc. I've left Daerc.
to
Where's
some extent,
Daerc?
Daerc is still part of your character, so you are allowed to tell me what Daerc is doing. I just embody Daerc.
I'm allowing you to say, like, we've both lost track of Daerc. I don't know what's happened.
It wasn't my fault. I got whisked away.
But I was.
Up on the dance floor.
Roll me perception checks. Ximori, what are you up to? by the
Jack has
way, while this
invented the Macarena.
Yeah,
I think now I've got a drink and I've got a posture to copy. I've like slightly copied in some more sort of languid nobles as well. That sort of sauntering kind of walk.
Excellent.
Just sort of try to blend in as much as I can.
You can get. Are you like joining any on? Because like there are like gathered conversations of people like conversing throughout the entire space, or do you go to the gambling? Like I'm trying to. There's plenty of stuff for you to do.
I figure the moment I say anything, I'll give the game away. So my plan is to go to the dance floor because I don't have to speak.
I mean, you don't have to speak standing in a group of people talking. You just sit there and listen.
God, be gambling. Maybe it'd be better. You just put
I
money.
don't feel that. I have 8 copper. That's it.
Okay, you head to the dance floor.
I would love to go gambling. I can't.
You head to the dance floor where you see these two currently conversing and suddenly like meerkatting, looking around for something. What did you roll for perception, people?
I got an 18.
And that one!
That one. Your eyes drift to the person you were dancing with in a very, actually quite attractive way. And like they are elegantly moving through the party and conversing with a lot of people while seemingly having deep conversations with each one. They are an expert at this kind of thing. Balrick, on the other hand, can't see Daerc.
Where is your son?
Where's Daerc? Aderyn, you weren't supposed to leave him, but I trusted you to be with him.
Not she's gonna turn around like as if like telling someone to
Aderyn,
please stop talking, but there's like no one there.
Aderyn, yes, back. Now. What are you doing? No, we need to go.
No. Yes, Daerc.
Where did you last see him?
In the middle of the dance floor.
He's not there now.
Well, okay, if you were a dragon, where would you want to go?
I'm gonna roll like a wisdom save for panic attack. 19 on the dice, I'm fine. He's like, Alright.
Okay, should we check outside? Do you want to check outside?
Yes, let's go check outside.
It'll be less noisy, which will be good for me too.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the house, met back up at the bar, the two T's, Tauri and Togrim. What are you up to?
Team.
I'm making sure not to look in my palm or at the thing I got.
Mm-hmm. Well, you said you slipped it into one of your pockets, and
yeah,
I think it's reasonable.
Did I notice any of the people who I saw doing the deal, what they did afterwards?
Yeah, none of them seem to do anything particular. They seem to continue engaging in conversation. Roll me a perception check.
Uh,
11 was that?
Yeah.
Yeah. You became too focused on actually conducting the transaction yourself rather than keeping an eye on the individual people.
Yeah, that's fair.
Did Togrim even notice that Tauri had gone and done a transaction, or was he just like having a drink?
What do you think?
I'm presuming he's having a drink. But if you just like wandered away from him, he might have been like, oh, "Where are you going?"
Yeah, I think he would have witnessed Tauri gone up to this person and shaken their hand. You might not. You probably
wouldn't know it was a deal, right?
Not at that distance. Your investigation is good, so you would have noticed the hand. You notice it's a bit. Maybe Tauri knows them, but that's the extent.
Okay. So I don't know to ask. What have you just done? What have you just got?
You can still go like, who was that? What was that all about?
Yeah.
I could. But I guess if we're all just like, the whole point is talking to people and shaking hands and stuff, you wouldn't find it suspicious to ask about it specifically. But Togrim is probably trying to avoid talking to people, and that's kind of easy because he's short. So he just sort of hangs around at people's leg height and just sort of moves between people, but doesn't really say anything to anyone.
Every so often you see a number of halflings and gnomes who are 100% wearing about 3-inch platforms, each of them, so they at least come up to like waist height on people. Very intently, like engaging in conversation and making people pay attention to you, because as you say, otherwise people don't look down.
Yeah.
Ximori.
I would just basically like to cleave my way into the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
Not like actually cleaving things, but like I think Ximori's got like the idea in their head that like a lot of dancing is vaguely similar to fighting. And that's like the only like touchstone they have for this sort of thing. So they're just like twirling people around, like dipping them down.
One like you at this point you've engaged in one of those dances where the partners are constantly changing. You know what I mean? Like people are transferring. It's not quite a hoedown, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And like you dip one long blonde-haired woman. She goes, you bring it. My, certain fire in your blood this evening. It's like she's catching her breath.
I've been told I am quite igniting.
Certainly, and they're spun off and joined up with someone else. As another one kind of comes around, she's like, "I'm partner number 8," and just like starts spinning around you. This one, a much more enthusiastic dwarf who is as like can match you like for stockiness almost, if not quite height, as you kind of wrestle with each other. Meanwhile, outside we have Lesley with their half-orc, who at this point has introduced themselves as S-I to be specific.
Sorry. What he said?
You did say that. You went C, S-I.
He said the CSI.
Look, someone
What happened to Daerc?
Look, Lesley is holding on to illicit goods, and this day was always going to come.
The illicit goods being that ass. Okay, no, it's the other things. Okay.
Lesley, you find a section. There's a few people out here engaging in conversation, and there's a number of small, like, fires lit. You notice around here. Actually, no, your perception is terrible. You notice nothing. As you continue engaging.
Well, you don't notice.
Your perception is 9.
It is terrible.
You are deep in the and starting to have this conversation as they kind of sit down. So, tell me about this Titan Ball, then.
And so Lesley tells them all about Titan Ball. The ins and outs,
With the
the history,
body.
how it began, how there like corruption occurs in it, but how it's not too bad.
Does
It could be
Titan
better.
Ball have like an offside rule equivalent?
Yes.
Yes. But no one knows it. No referee knows it.
Info dumping.
Lesley,
Yes.
roll me a persuasion check at disadvantage. But also, you did mention you were talking about the corruption, which does lower the DC.
Lesley was like, so tell me all about this Titan Ball. Titan Ball began in the early 2000s century.
Titan Ball was an innuendo.
Titan Ball.
Do you know what it is?
I know.
It's Sheldon explaining physics to Penny.
This guy
In order
definitely.
to talk about Titan Ball, we need to go 200 years into the past.
This person definitely started this conversation with like "fuck me eyes."
Yeah.
Of, like
Titan
And then
Ball
it
was
turned
this is
into.
an innuendo, and then 10 minutes in, they're like, "What
They're
is
still
going
waiting
on?"
to see.
No,
like,
so it started
where
as
it-
fuck me eyes, and then it turned into fuck
Fuck
me
me.
eyes.
These conversations with Lesley often do. So Lesley's sitting down, like romantically. He starts to trace on their leg, and is like, "So now, if you imagine that this is the halfway line, this is."
We take our runner, we run him across here because going up there would be a terrible idea.
Oh, Leslie's game is not the game you think it is.
It's Titan Ball.
It's Titan Ball, baby!
As that conversation is going, and this person went from "I'm going to get laid" to "fuck me."
I need another
Maybe.
drink.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes people will just get with Lesley, so he shuts up about Titan Ball.
Yeah. At that point, 2 worried parents come running outside. One slightly older. scanning
I'm on a
around,
golden beacon.
and Balrick,
This-
you instantly spot Daerc has curled up around one of these stone fire pits outside, where some people are just like keeping him, not necessarily company, but like nearby and are not disturbing him at all.
Alright, I'm gonna rush over to him. Rush down, like, you worried me then. Why'd you disappear off by yourself?
Noisy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, too much. It's too much in there, isn't it? I'm glad you're alright.
What did he say?
Like fire.
Did you hear that? That was the word for fire.
Fire.
So he liked the fire. Before he said that it was too noisy in there.
No, I know he said he liked the fire. I know. Yes, it's too noisy.
Yeah, he did say he liked the fire. Yeah. Aderyn, are you okay?
What?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like I've been quite distracted, but it seems like you're distracted as well.
I mean, you know, usually I'm a little bit more drunk at these things.
I'm proud of you for restraining yourself. I appreciate that. Means a lot.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
What, Aderyn, what?
What?
Aderyn, like that was quite rude.
Shut up!
What, Aderyn? Aderyn, I'm right, quite stressed right now. Can you not?
No, what? Are
I'm
you
cr-
saying something, Balrick?
I can't be dealing with this right now. Daerc, come on, we're going away. You come back when you're feeling a little bit less rude.
Okay.
And that Balrick's gonna walk off, and Kristen's gonna feel horrible.
I've
What
seen
else?
a thing with Titan Ball. Is that you?
Oh yeah, my disadvantage check.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it was for now.
I don't think it matters.
Producing, I think.
It was a 10.
10. This person very politely halfway through offers, "Can I get you a drink?"
Lesley knows this move.
Because Aderyn's done it many a time.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I guess maybe you could get me some punch. And he'll look around to see if any friends
punch in Titan Ball.
I didn't realise, but Lesley is very autistic in my head now. I did not at all process that. But now it's like...
It's why they're so determined about scarves. They need that specific texture. That's their
Sensory,
same
yeah.
texture.
Lesley's got sensory things, got a very specific special interest. Can be charismatic, but a hyper-specialised way.
At that point, Lesley, you look around and you do spot Aderyn, who is kind of like awkwardly by herself. As Balrick has walked
She's
off.
never awkwardly by herself.
And had a bit of a go at you as well.
Yeah.
I'm probably very upset.
Ximori,
We have our
no, because Daerc went with Balrick.
Yeah.
At which point, so Togrim and Tauri, where are you at this point?
It's still fairly close to the bar.
Okay, so you just haven't moved.
Like, moved a little bit to the side so it doesn't look like we're one of those weird people who are just at the
I
bar.
will be very clear. People are starting to notice that. You are not engaging in conversations and you are just hanging by the bar. You are acting weirdly, the two of you. This is a social gathering and you are wallflowers.
Has Tauri at this point found anyone linked with business in the city or with talking about finding or claiming stuff in the city?
Have you been trying?
I did say that was something I was looking for as part earlier when you said about the perception.
Right. Those kind of conversations are going on everywhere. There is a lot of business being discussed here about all manner of things, from potential shipping cargoes, from distribution issues due to the ongoing fires across the Breclian fields, to people trying to figure out... There are some conversations ongoing about tax evasion. because the taxes coming on down from the Emperor to fund the crusade are really pinching.
Is there any talk of somebody having to sell things off?
Roll me an investigation check.
Yes. So,
Just one of them talking about their ranger actuary.
30-20.
Fuck that, man. Dirty 20. So you catch a whisper of someone, of two women walking up to the bar. They're just talking to each other. So I do believe, if what I'm hearing is true, that Lady Sanseth is planning on divorcing her husband. And if that split goes through, she's going to get 50% of his wealth, and he is not going to be in a good place by the end of it, if I do say so. Although, drow man she fell in love with in Dinlond is, from what I hear, rather endowed.
Oh shit!
I'm going to take that information and then try and find a place to go in and start trying to find out if A, the rumour is true, and B, just how much of an issue it could be for that lord.
Please find out how well endowed he is.
Roll for black rectangle.
How'd you do that?
I don't know how fucking social functions work.
It's fine. Neither do I.
So again?
Neither do I.
No one here does. We're playing D&D.
I will
do a
go
lot of
out
business
into the dance
networking.
floor
That's definitely
to
the same.
find a partner who is partnerless.
Oh, so you're heading to the dance floor. This is happening at the bar.
Yes, I know that's happening at the bar.
Right.
I have a plan.
Okay. So you're
I have
heading
an
out.
idea of a plan anyway.
Okay. So you're heading to the dance floor.
Yes. I tell Togrim that I'm going to head out to the dance floor,
Togrim
so
wouldn't.
that he's just not surprised.
I'm quite enjoying the not talking to people, so I will make my way around, but move further away.
Do you just want to go
by the
gamble?
bar?
Go
I
gambling,
might go gamble.
Togrim.
I might go gamble, or at least go and watch people gambling and then like join in on the cheers when people win and stuff.
Right, you just kind of go and mingle
Just
around.
so that I'm not just like stood by the bar.
Fair.
But also, I don't really want to talk to people. I didn't really want to be at this place anyway. It was just been dragged along by Tarquin and stuff.
Yes, Tauri, you're able to find a partner. There are always a number of partners waiting on the dance floor. What are you attempting here?
So I want to start the dance, and while we're doing the dance, kind of just talk about general things, and then just when we're starting to talk about, things we've overheard, things we've learned while we've been here, bring up that bit of information to do with what's going on there. If it's true, things like that, what assets he might be selling.
Sure, roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion, 24.
24.
25.
You amble around. You move around this dance floor. Occasionally, come across Ximori. As you do so, and you kind of like try to drip feed the name of Sanseth around. It does appear to currently be a very strong rumor that she is divorcing him, but that's the extent of the rumor. From what people can tell, he doesn't know.
Okay.
So there is no like ongoing business transactions or anything like that. It's just something that's currently rumored to be happening.
Okay, cool. Do I hear of any interesting things happening within the city while we're doing this gossip talking?
So the majority of conversation happens. Like, conversation on the dance floor is not that involved. Like, it's very much more personal because it's one-on-one. Like, you're not having that general kind of conversation. What you do pick up is a lot of conversation about what is the city going to do about the refugee camp on the outside, people of differing opinions as to whether they should be brought in and used as labour or whether they should be told to go home. But everyone agrees that the slum itself can't stand. It is a detriment to travel and merchant ways in and out of the city. The other thing that is primarily being discussed by pretty much everyone, because Daerc is currently back again on the dance floor as Balrick moves their way through the house and heads over to the bar area, is the existence of Daerc. And what does that mean for the church's influence on the city, and will that change?
I don't think Balrick will head towards the bar. He'll probably head towards the gambling.
Fair enough. Those are the ongoing conversations. That's what everyone seems to be focused on.
That's it. Cool.
Ximori, what are you up to?
At this point, like, Ximori's like worked themselves up a little bit. Like, you know, there's a like press of heartbeats around them.
Mm-hmm.
There's like that sort of a bit of like wildness coming out from that like dancing. I think they're just gonna say to their just current dance partners, "If I might go outside and get some air."
Oh, do go check out the warm stones. They'll keep you warm in the evening. Nice warm stone.
I'm plenty warm already.
Cool. You
Yeah, head out the door.
you head out and see Balrick and Lesley and Aderyn outside.
Although Lesley and Aderyn haven't had their conversation yet.
Yeah, exactly. Lesley and Aderyn?
Do we have our thing up? Or not? I assume not.
No, it's not up.
And Aderyn looks not so great.
No, Aderyn's like walking up and down now, and she's just muttering to herself out loud, and she's like kind of like moving her hands like she's talking with someone. Like,
have I seen Aderyn like this before?
no, because she's usually drunk, and that helps control it.
Okay. Well, Lesley is still going to wander up because he's just been rejected. He's in a bit of a sad. He didn't get to tell about the coolest moves in Titan Bowl.
Just one time.
Leslie's gonna wander over and be like, "What? So
You can't do this. You can't just pretend to be Lesley, okay? So no, I'm figuring you out, and I know that you're not real, and I know you're trying to trick me now by being Lesley. But Lesley is out there making actual friends because Lesley can do that, okay? So just leave me alone." And she's just like not even looking at Lesley.
Lesley can't make friends. It turns out.
Oh.
Just a lot of sad people.
This ball was meant to be a pleasant time for all of you, and you all made it really depressing or overly political. I gave you hot people and a dance floor, and you turned it into depressing night round a campfire.
We're all here playing Dungeons and Dragons. None of us knew how to talk to the hot people.
This is exactly what a party's about. It's about having DMCs at inappropriate times.
I love you so much, all of you. Carry on.
I'm sure.
Carry on.
100%. Aderyn, is everything okay?
You're not. Why are you out here?
Oh, I was inside. I was having a bit of a boogie. But we came out for some fresh air, and then they went to go get some punch.
So they're gonna come back now?
No, they went to go get some punch.
Oh.
It's okay. The night is young.
Well, I think it's their loss anyway, Lesley.
That's very kind. But why are you outside on your own?
I wasn't. Balrick was here, but then I don't think he likes me very much. You know, I tried to be nice, and I know that I wasn't that one time because I was very drunk. But then I said I wasn't going to drink anymore, so that wouldn't happen. And I'm not drinking. Yes, I know I'm not drinking, so I can hear everything. And he still walked off, so I don't know what I've done.
I think he's just a bit of a moody sod, to be honest. I think he's got some trauma, which none of us know about his background, right? I think what happened was not because you were drunk. It's because we haven't sat down and had the big, deep conversations that we need to have. You know? Should we get everyone together and trauma dump right now? No, maybe not. Maybe later. But I don't think it was because of
Nobody else
drinking.
here, right? There's nobody. No, nothing. No.
Right now, it's just the two of us and all of these strangers around us.
Just
talk.
Do you think maybe I should just drink something? Because Balrick doesn't like me anyway right now, and like it helps because what can you hear right now, Lesley?
What can Lesley hear right now?
The music coming from
Hey,
the dance floor
Lesley!
inside. Faint conversations. Ximori shouting, "Hey, Lesley!"
And that like "Ee!" that's always in his ears from all the Bombali concerts he's attended. Yeah, oh,
Still
just that.
tinnitus.
Just that.
Can you hear like the of just talking all the time, talking?
No, but I do think that maybe if drinking helps this, that maybe you should maybe we should go get some punch, huh? But like really get some.
I know this is a very emotional time, but I like that Lesley did hear Ximori and is still like, no, there's conversation with Aderyn, let's go inside and get some.
Fathers and sisters.
Just
Like high school all over again.
Is Ximori outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ximori's just
Oh,
headed outside.
shit.
Ximori shouting, "Hi, Lesley."
Do you hear that? Sometimes they try to trick me and they sound like people I know.
Because maybe I'm hearing things as well. I swear I just heard Ximori shouting it. But I
And that's kind of what I just heard.
Oh shit.
It's easier to
What are we
ignore.
talking about?
Are you right in front of us now?
Yeah. Just walked up like, what are we out here
Sometimes I
for?
think I can still hear him. And then, sorry.
Just like, just...
Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't recognize you with the mask,
Yeah. Sure.
right?
It looks really nice.
You do look really good.
It's... Okay, be honest. Am I weird?
They say I need to say no.
I think that you've got your own sort of charm. I think you're unique.
I think your hair looks very nice right now. Did you add more blood to it?
No, this is actual hair dye this time. I mean, it was last time as well. There's less blood overall.
Oh.
But I don't know. Like, there's a whole bunch of people, and I don't really know anything about them. I have basically nothing in common with everyone in that building. And you're right.
I'm starting to think that none of us are.
If you talk really loud and you open your mouth, I can understand you better.
I'm just gonna stop talking and just sort of like in your head. You're like, what's going on in here then?
She like flinches, but she doesn't respond because she's gonna assume that it's the voices like pretending to be you.
2 pieces of information on that. One, as always, Aderyn, you hear 2 additional voices in your head. Ximori's and a more guttural, animalistic version. Ximori, you hear whispers. Unintelligible, don't know what they are, but there is something leaking through.
That was weird. I say out loud.
Yes, the dancing is fun.
No, I meant the whispering things in your head.
You can hear them too?
When I like talk to you with my brain,
Just now?
a little bit. I think it's only if I'm talking. Hang on. Telepathy.
As you two are engaging in that conversation, the people who were like at the pit that Daerc was, that you're still relatively nearby, all like steadily get up and just Ximori before you, like all 3 of you just like, used to be nice and quiet out here, and they like head back into the dance floor.
Try and lock my mind onto Aderyn's again.
Mm-hmm.
Try to do it without saying anything this time. Just sort of like
Listen.
I guess.
There is a faint, almost imperceptible, due to the ambient noise around you, whisper of something you cannot quite make out as an ambient noise.
I mean, there's something whispering in your head. Is that just like a telepathy thing? Does my voice sound weird? Does my voice sound weird?
Your voice, you always have two voices.
Oh. No, it's just this one, right?
No, you have two voices. The other one doesn't sound as nice. The other one sounds a bit angry all the time. But I only hear it when it's in my head. But I think maybe that's them just maybe making fun of you. Sometimes they do that.
Like a telepathy thing, I guess.
Because you can't have two voices. You can have more than two. You can have 6 or maybe 13 or maybe 27, but you can't have two. That's just not how things work.
Control yourself, Chris.
I'll take your word for it. Again, like I have to basically block Lesley out at this point. So I'm just
Leslie's just waiting for somebody to respond to him. He's just like, okay, like
staring very intently at each other.
Yeah.
Like Ximori, when they like do the telepathy, like they're not very good at it. They've just gone very still, just staring at Aderyn.
He only has one voice in my head, but I always think that's because the voice is like Lesley. But you have two. You see, Lesley, they like you, so that's a good sign. They don't like many people.
Fully in your head.
Hey, Lesley, they're talking to you. I think. I might have misheard. Lesley!
The telepathy switches and the whispers that were in your head fade ever so briefly.
Your brain's a lot quieter.
Ximori, you can do the thing?
Oh, yeah. I've been able to do that for a couple of weeks now.
Oh, shit. Haven't we been talking trash about all this?
Yeah, it's been very hurtful.
Oh.
I can't believe you'd say those things about Balrick.
You better
Ximori has
believe
heard
it.
nothing, they're just assuming.
They are correct.
Sorry, Gethin, you were saying.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I was just going to say that shimmering, that first feeling where you tried to connect to Aderyn's mind in the middle of the night is still there when you're trying to talk to her. Like there is this crystalline structure that you kind of have to mentally get through. It seems that because there was a connection coming from Aderyn, that it doesn't reject you like it did previously. Just a...
Leslie's hearing me in stereo.
Yeah.
So I just walked in, whereas Aderyn, I'm having to like concentrate.
Yeah. Where are people at? This ball will continue long into the evening. Whether you wish to stay or depart is up to you. I think everyone within this group is distinctly aware that none of you are comfortable here.
But welcome. We bring the party.
Tauri is probably a bit more comfortable than any of us.
I think Tauri feels out of place because she doesn't have any good contacts here. She is out of place because she is very clearly the outsider.
Mm-hmm.
What I would want to do is slowly have her... She would leave the dance floor eventually, and then slowly try and move around some of the conversation circles or groups, trying to start getting her name a little bit known about looking for business deals and things like that.
Certainly, you can start setting some of those things out, putting things out. You get some names
later and things like that.
You get some names to deal with. That's perfectly reasonable, and that kind of happens through the night.
I think Balrick wants to, because he's perceived it as Aderyn being rude to him.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go gamble with Aderyn's money.
Okay.
And just very angry would have to be complicated stuff. But he's going to go and gamble Aderyn's money away, just like in a grump.
So mean.
He doesn't drink, so he has to find other ways to be like recreational.
There are multiple games out. There is Courtesan's Crick, which is a card game. There is Gambit of Ord, which is a dice game. There is Jewel of Dice isn't on because you're not actually at a casino. There is the Drake's Auction, which is a card game in a different manner. I'll briefly explain that. So, Courtesan's Crick is somewhere between is essentially poker, but dice-wise plays like Yahtzee. Gambit of Ord is you roll a d8, d6, and a d4, and highest total wins with betting in between, akin to kind of poker in a way. And Drake's Auction is again similarly like poker. Each player is dealt 2 cards, and then 3 cards are drawn face up. The table then bids on the face up cards, and the person with the highest total wins. So the person who put the most bid on a card gets that card, and the person with the largest number of accrued cards in their hands wins the pot. They are all quite pricey entries.
How much?
The cheapest is a 5 gold entry.
Oh, I was willing to go 100 gold.
Drake's Auction is an entry of 20 gold. Because it is an auction, you need to have the money to be able to throw in.
No, we'll go with yes. How angry is he's not that angry, he just wants to like be a bit miffed, so he's go for the 5 gold one.
Cool.
Ripped.
Gambit of Ord.
Yeah.
I do have a question though.
Yeah.
And Daerc.
What game is Daerc playing?
Daerc being at a table draws like 7 other players to the table because they immediately assume this table is lucky. Just by the presence of Daerc. So the immediate pot on this Gambit of Ord game is 40 gold pieces, with 5 gold pieces in from you and then 35 from everyone else.
Nice.
And everyone here, please roll a d8. I will be rolling as well. You are all the NPCs.
Nice.
Do not tell me the number. That is important.
Oh, a 9.
A 9. Cool. I'm going to go around the screen, and basically, at the end of this, after d8, d6, d4, highest total wins. Up the ante based on your roll each time. Going around, my NPC, who is just a long-bearded male dwarf, completely shaven head, throws in another 5 gold onto the pot. Lesley, do you match or raise?
Am I playing with my money now, or am I playing with the NPC's money?
You are playing with an NPC's money, and these are rich nobles.
A raise.
How much?
The current is 5, right?
Yeah, he's raised by 5.
Oh, he's raised by 5.
So
Another 5.
So you raise another 5, so it's at 55. The pot, and the ante is 10. Aderyn, your NPC, in or out? Raise.
Yes, and she's gonna look at Balrick.
No, it's not Aderyn playing.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Sorry.
I'm still playing a woman, bitch. You got a problem with that?
Sorry.
Not all NPCs are men, Chris.
Yeah. See what I mean?
No one man.
I'm sorry.
She's gonna like raise her eyebrows and look at Daerc and go, "Well, you're a lucky one, so you should." I don't know what the accent is. I'm just gonna talk like a normal person.
Welcome to my world. How much? Sorry?
She raises and she goes, "It is a lucky."
Raises by how much?
By 15.
So it's up to 30.
15. No, so the ante is 25. Because it was 10.
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah.
So 25. Add 15 on that. The pot is currently 70 as we hit Ximori. Or Ximori. Andrew, your character.
Excuse me, Douglas Worthington
Oh,
Smythe,
fuck's sake.
a white-haired human with a frankly ludicrous moustache.
Yeah.
Well, if this is going to be a bit fun, well, let's make it more fun, shall we? And he's going to throw in a ring.
How much is the ring
Worth
worth?
about 50 gold.
50 gold. So the ante is now 50. I hope you all remember what you put in initially, because you're going to have to match it.
Yep.
Stephen.
My human male is just gonna go, well, I thought this dragon was supposed to be lucky, and he's gonna fold.
That's a fold. Fair enough. Balrick, we're around to you. With Aderyn's money. The
I think
ante is
Balrick-
currently 50, the pot is 120.
The ante is 50.
The ante is 50.
Oh yeah, because he put in a ring worth 50. I added 50 on, then I was like, okay. He's already put 5 in, hasn't he?
That 5 was the initial bet.
Yeah,
This
so
is
that's what I'm
the
saying.
round, yeah.
So it's another 50. I'm just keeping track of how much he's spending.
Yeah,
You
that's
have to
fine.
come up to 50, don't you?
No, you have to,
Balrick
he's been
is-
raised by 50. So he's got to commit 50 now. If he
Yeah.
wants to stay.
Okay.
Balrick has chosen this game because it looks like one where people don't have to speak much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why he's got. So he's not going to say anything. Little bit sweating out because he's like, in his mind, he was like, oh, I'm going to bet some, but I'm not going to bet too much. I still want to be Oh, this is
Oh,
starting. to feel
no.
a lot.
Very quickly realise the crowd you're in.
He's gonna. Oh, he's not charismatic, but he is wise.
Okay.
Balrick's going to realise the crowd he's in. And Balrick's going to see that, but he's going to realise after the other guy played that said the lucky thing, he's going to raise it to 100.
Raise it to 100.
So raise it by 50.
Yeah. I'm with you. So you throw in 100. That brings us round to Bryn's NPC.
So we're looking for high numbers, right?
Yes, you want max.
The money from the pot goes to the winner. It's not about donating
Correct.
to charity or anything.
Nope.
Right? That's fine. I thought I
No
would check.
charity here.
You have quite a bored-looking sea elf
Mhm.
here, who just chucks in 100 and matches. Just going, it's only money. There's more in the bottom of the sea.
My one, raised by 5, throws in another 95.
Raised by 5.
They initially raised by 5 and then
Oh,
went mental.
okay.
Kind of regret it now.
Emma, yours put in a 10 initially, so if wants to stay in, needs to commit another 90.
Come on.
It's not how it works, but because there can be 2 women
I'm
playing
so
cards.
sorry. I'm so
2
sorry.
women playing.
That's
She's
not what I
gonna lean
meant.
down to Daerc and ask very nicely, could you blow on this for me, please?
Deck hisses. Deck hisses at this woman.
Perfect.
No, Deck is not happy.
Thank you, good fellow. And she's gonna we're gonna batch.
Okay, so you throw in another 90. We're on a 505 pot. Sarah, your person needs to match 75 to stay in. Throw in another 75. Do they?
B. Didn't go. Oh no. He'll give me the luck, won't he, little dearie?
Again, hisses.
Oh, well, that's a good sign if I've not seen one.
That matches, I assume.
So many cataracts.
580, and Andrew, 50 from you if they want to stay in and get their ring back.
Yes, attaboy, that's a bit more like it.
We're on a pot of 630 gold currently, and you all need to roll, those of you who are still in, need to roll a d6.
Balrick was not expecting this.
You're playing with billionaires.
At this point, Togrim's going to wander over, hearing the commotion and realizing that Balrick is at the table.
Yeah.
Boring, that is.
My one folds, actually. They're out. Based on the high numbers going around, they fold. So, Emma. Pot is 630, what do they raise?
Do they raise?
Or do they stick?
She's still in.
So just sticking?
No, she's gonna raise. She's gonna lift up her dress a little and unbuckle an anklet from that was like hidden, so it wasn't gauche. But she's just gonna and put it on the table.
That's sick.
Okay. Roughly how much is that worth?
Yeah, I mean, it looks very nice. It's imitation gold, but it has got one very nice gem in it, so it's probably around 50 gold.
50 gold amulet.
Can we not buy Balrick out of this? It would be really nice if Balrick has a
It
chance.
would be really nice if you won this, I was thinking.
It would be really nice if I won.
Sarah, your character is still in. Do they match?
Yeah, she's gonna look at the cards and she's gonna like frown and go, well, it makes sense the little creature would support its assistant here, so I think I'll leave it there.
That's a bold. Andrew.
Yeah, I'd like pick up the anklet and sort of give it a look over. 50-ish? Yes, sure. And put in another 50.
Cool.
Another ring.
Stephen, yours out. Balrick, do you have the 50 to match?
Mr. Worthington Smythe just has all rings. Only plays with rings.
It's like
I
one,
do
it
have
like
the 50
spells
to
out my
match.
name, but each ring is an individual letter.
Sorry, Balrick.
Balrick does have the money to match. Well, Aderyn has the money to match.
Yeah, had the money.
Currently, I'm Worthington's queen.
And Bryn, your NPC.
Oh, why not? I'm putting 75.
God damn it.
What raises by 25?
Yeah, so Lesley, Emma, Andrew, and Balrick need to put in an additional 25 if they want.
Just Worthington then, I guess, and I'll put in another 2 rings that are cheaper.
Well, the Smith bit of Smythe is
Bring me up to
very
25.
cheap rings. Very cheap rings.
Yeah, it's never like that side of the family.
25. Balrick, 25.
Yep.
Emma?
What do you do in cheap anklet?
It's very gauche to carry around money these days, you know. And she's gonna say, unfortunately, I can't give up my family jewels. The cheap anklet was a gift from my lover, and that's the last I have. So unfortunately, my lover is a drow and he is very well endowed, but I'm worried he might be seeing another person.
With gifts
I'm
like
out.
that, I think you're seeing another 50.
So you're out. That leaves... Sorry, I've forgotten who's left in this one. Andrew's character, Balrick, and Bryn's character. I need you 3 to roll a d4. There is no more betting after this. This is your final roll. Right. With that roll, I need totals, please. Going around. Andrew.
14.
A 14.
That's a high roll.
Balrick.
16.
Oh.
Bryn.
I was on 11 with that fight before that final roll. With D4, I rolled a 1.
I got 6, 6, 4. I was very
Oh, you
scared of
rolled-
the first one, second and third
3,
one.
3.
I rolled a 5 and a 6.
How much money is that?
Lots.
At least
right.
1,200,
So
I'd say.
what you've got is
I know.
you have
Probably about grand.
905 gold pieces in total. Okay.
So take away 180. So
Of that,
720.
there is a 50 gold piece ring, a 50 gold piece anklet, a 10 gold piece ring, and a 15 gold piece ring. 'Cause
Say that
I
again,
threw in 2
sorry.
rings of 25.
2 times 50 GP rings.
No, there's a 50 GP ring,
There's
50
2 of them.
GP anklet, a 15 GP ring,
Yeah.
and a 5
10.
GP ring, 10 GP ring.
I'll let you do the maths on. That's what 125 away from the 905. The rest is
Good news
pure
is-
gold.
Oh, so that's 600 pure gold.
Yeah. He
Oh,
can now
that's
help pay
nice.
for Harry's spell scrolls.
So you're up 600 gold. There is an audible gasp of like, well, basically immediately the table gets flooded with people wanting to be near the lucky dragon.
Not
And-
bad. Boy.
The night continues. Is there anything else anyone wishes to do at the ball, or do you all eventually look to head home. Do you head home together is an also important question.
Are we trauma dumping? Are we going to get street meat?
I think if we meet up again, Balrick...
What I'll say is the crowd that is drawn to Balrick at the table with Daerc draws the rest of you in, and so you're all around that table when Balrick wins.
Oh yeah.
Balrick goes up to Aderyn then and gives her, splits the gold in half and gives her 300 gold. Going, I'm sorry that I got mad at you earlier. I don't think that was very fair of me. Your money just won me this. So
you used my money?
I got a little bit angry and I bet some of your money away. I only meant to bet a small amount, but these absolute psychopaths.
Why did you get angry?
Gambling.
What did I do?
You kept telling me to shut up outside. We were trying to find Daerc, and I was worried, and I've been anxious this whole time. And you were telling me to shut up and shush and go away.
I wasn't telling you to shut up, Balrick. I never told you to shut up.
You did. You told me to shut up.
No, I didn't.
There was no one else around, and you said shush and shut up.
But not to you.
Balrick, roll insight.
Are we all there?
Yeah.
Can I roll insight as well?
Just Balrick in this instance, because it's him trying to figure out what.
17.
I mean, you have all experienced Aderyn talking to herself before.
Oh, and he's gonna pull Aderyn into a big bear hug. Like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Come on, let's get home. Let's leave. This place isn't good for us.
Did you say goodbye to Tarquin? Or do you just head on?
I don't know about the rest.
I never caught the name of the guy. There was a guy. He was. He agreed that the world is suffocating, and I didn't catch his name.
I can go find him. What did he look like?
Because he didn't throw it. He didn't throw the name for me to catch it.
What did he look like? I'll go find him. I'm not going to go out to Tarquin anyway. I'll catch you up.
He had a scarf on his name, but how are you going to catch? He didn't have a scarf on his name. He had a scarf on his.
That was Sarah.
That was Aderyn.
These goddamn rich people, they got scarves on their names.
For the sake of the fact that we've been running a little long here, I'm gonna assume Ximori. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. I'm just conscious about some people when need sleep, myself included. Ximori, you do find Tarquin and say that you're all heading off. He doesn't try to stop you. He's going to continue, and you very quickly catch up with the rest of this lot as they head out and start walking their way back through the streets. As you all, as a group, Andrew, you want to say something?
I just was able to track down that person based off Aderyn's description.
What I'll say is you were definitely able to spot them. You weren't able to get a word in edgeways. They were very much playing the entire floor. So you all meet back up and are heading on the streets back to your accommodation. And you're walking back along the nighttime streets. A number of people are still out, enjoying the warm evening as the festival finally ends, and a number of parties and gatherings are happening as people like to take the celebration into their own hands upon sundown. As you look up into the sky, the taking in the sparkling tears of Parashu, the broken moon, a bank of dark cloud kind of rolls in front of the silvery light of Perios, and for a moment, time feels like it slows down. Ximori, your eyes are pulled down the street as a small group of individuals turn the corner at a crossroads, and behind them, the opposite side, you see an individual. A black-scaled dragonborn, dressed in rough leathers and a drab shawl pulled over their crest and hood. Their long dreadlocks unfurl as they lower the hood to their shoulders with one hand, revealing a heavily scarred face. A crooked, broken smile crosses the figure's face as they lock eyes with you. Ximori, you hear him speak clearly in your mind, despite the distance and the crowd on the streets. There you are. And that is where we are going to pick up next time. As we zoom out from the streets of Xe'Dothras and a figure from Ximori's past makes themselves apparent. We will pick up this story another time. But until then, see you later.